I saw an interview with this rapper. His name is Post Malone. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not really familiar with him, but um, I saw the interview and I tapped it on Noisy, and it was really interesting because first and foremost, I didn't know he's only 21 years old. I watching the interview, I thought he was a lot older, and then I looked up his age, and I'm just shocked by how young these performers are. Um, Chance the Rapper, 20, what is he? He's 24 now, but when he got you know, his big break, when he got all those awards, I think he was only 23, and I was just shocked by that. Of course, like a lot of rappers are 30 plus, and I guess I'm just pointing out the age thing because to me, I just think of myself at 21 and 23, and I think, man, that's just so much pressure for a young person to experience. Anyway, he was reading. What they had him do is read off different comments under one of his music videos, and some of them were positive, some of them were really nice, and some of them were negative. Obviously you're gonna get some of that, but most of his were actually a negative comment and then a positive comment. So it was like, Post Malone is the ugliest person I've ever seen in my life. I really like his music. And he was like, why? I think one of the things he said was like, I'm hearing the insults of my nightmares, and then all of a sudden you give me a compliment. And he's like, why would you do that? These are like all backhanded compliments. And I think that a lot of people today have a hard time giving compliments. So in some ways, they have to say something negative before giving a compliment. And I think in the future, we'll see a transition when most people are giving positive compliments. And at least it's somewhat of a compliment as opposed to a complete insult. That's really big today. I had a video on that. I had a video on competitiveness in online, in YouTube, and in just the world in general, where a lot of people are trying to cut each other down just for the sake of cutting each other down, and I think that roots from. I think anytime someone cuts someone down, it roots from insecurity. I can't help with, or maybe or just a bitterness or of some sort. Particularly if you don't know the person, you know. And what is the remedy to this? Like I said, like when I watched this guy, I mean, he was responding with some grace, just kind of acknowledging that, hey, that hurt my feelings, and I'm a human being, and when you hear his response, like you just respect the guy, and everyone underneath was commenting like, what an awesome dude, like the way he just responded to that negativity and stuff, and kind of flipped it. Of course, like he dishes it a little bit back, but his attitude, his overall attitude underneath it is very light. It might be like, well, fuck you, but it's not. It seems like he doesn't hold too tightly to that. And that's why I think a guy like him, a 21-year-old guy, can be successful. Chance, 24 now, like they can be successful because they move. People will say negative things, and they just kind of let it go over their head, and they move on. And that's just it's a cool thing to see. It's very inspiring for me. So anyway, have a good have a good night. Everyone's asleep, maybe ish. And yeah, peace.